Greg Vaughn in the studio, as we do every week. Got the WRCA folks in here. Plus one this week. Got Lee Manoir, Peyton Fleming, and Casey Hooper all in the studio. 3 of y'all in the studio are ganging up this week. Of course, there was 3 rodeos, so it was one of those crazy busy week. This is the only 3 rodeo weekend, right, on the entire schedule. Yep. So it's like you're over the hump now.
We're really here to do a quartet.
Yeah.
I mean, like we're really.
Yeah, you're gonna sing.
Little do y'all know that we're supposed to give this update, but actually we're sabotaged Craig because we're gonna sing. Yeah. See if we make it big.
Because if you can do,
see if Tyler's cousin.
You're gonna do a quartet. You're gonna have to go grab somebody else because I'm not singing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Oh, well, we're a triplet.
Peyton says actually gonna grab 2.
Yeah.
You need to grab.
What's a 3?
2.
What do you call it?
Trio is
trio.
Trio. There you go.
Oh.
No.
Well, I have 2.
It's just gone down to a duo now because it's just you and Lehman.
I'm backing out. I'll break this microphone real quick.
Loretta Lynn and little Jimmy Dickens in the house. Oh, Lord.
Man. Yeah.
Who brought her? Who brought her along? How did she get in the truck, Peyton?
I don't know. I have nothing else to say.
You let her in the front, though.
Oh, Jimmy.
So who went where? Who went where this weekend?
I was actually at Wichita Falls.
Okay. How was it?
It was good.
Was it hot? Was it hot down there?
Oh,
been
my
kind of
gosh,
not horrible
yes.
up here. So.
And it was muggy, and I told them to turn on the AC, but...
Yeah. Like all them fans where you can drive it down there, right?
I'm telling you, get out of your truck and your glasses fog up.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it was good. It's a different deal for us because we actually set up a booth, and there's a trade show there that takes place.
Oh, good.
Too, so
there's not a lot of those, is there? Not
very many.
Nuh-uh.
So
matter of fact, this might be the first one we've talked about, at least with a trade show, besides the World Championship in November. So that kind of cool. So you guys set up a booth, did the whole shaking hands, and and greeting and meeting, huh?
It's good because we have a lot of vendors that also do that show as well that come down for championship.
Right.
And so it's your first time to actually see them and visit with them and get everything lined out.
Just about right then, about that halfway point with the rodeos and the halfway point getting just in timeline wise to the championships. Could get all the vendors out there and get the rust shaken off of them, right?
Yeah.
So they can get ready to come down.
Yeah.
How many teams were out there? Did you have was it a pretty good turnout down there?
Yeah, it's invite only.
Okay.
There's 10.
Okay.
So
I think this is the first invite only one too. Why do we have to have 3 this week? I want to talk more about those.
It's mainly like an invitational for the historical ranches within Texas.
Okay.
I don't know how you'd really put that. It's been established for quite some time.
Is it always the same 10 every year?
Well, unless one rotates out.
Okay.
But usually it stays pretty consistent.
And they just got to be one of those ranches that have been here a long time in Texas.
And I'm sure there's a criteria, but it's very prestigious historical part.
Nice.
Of it. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, a little history.
Unless
to that
I'm
one
wrong.
too.
Am I wrong, Mr. Wall?
No, ma'am. You're correct.
Oh, Jimmy.
So Peyton, give us some results.
Well, your first place team, they've competed with us a few times now, is Bonds Ranch. Team consists of Colby Hunt, Missy Bonds, Dylan Crumpler, Trevin Field, Billy McElroy, and Zane Davis. And then second place team coming in was Tongue River Ranch out of Paducah, Texas. And that TJ Roberts, Kai Brandon, Quentin Marburger, John Halsell, I think. Josh Halsell, sorry. Sam Norman and Ian McDonald. And then third place was Circle Bar Ranch out of Truscott, Texas. Trescott,
yeah,
you know.
The big city of Trescott.
Well,
don't mess up on a
you know, I'm telling you, that's where I come from, Kansas.
You don't want
so,
Jerry Bob calling you.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, Jerry Bob can give me trouble. It doesn't matter. But Jerry Bob Daniel, Colton Daniel, Kai Everson, Randy Lawton, Reagan Johnson, and Jeff Hilton is who wraps up that team. And then kind of a unique deal that happened this year. Top horse went to TJ Roberts from Tongue River Ranch, and he actually got that award last year, so that was kind of cool to see him.
That probably happens rarely too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like to have the same person. Yeah.
And then top hand, Colton Mayo, he did it 2 years back to back there. So.
Oh wow. Them judges just pulled up the wrong score sheets.
Yeah, they were looking at last.
I forgot to put the year on them.
So.
In crazy little tidbit here. So in 2013, I believe, Circle Bar had qualified, and Jerry Bob, their bronc rider, got hurt.
Right.
So Jerry Bob Daniel crawls down on a vold horse at championship and does what all of us dream to do and taps one off. It was the most amazing, funnest little deal we've ever watched, and crowd goes wild. Now, I'm not going to give Jerry Bob's age. I'm not quite sure, but he's older than me.
Right.
And yeah, he made a hand that night, and he had fun. So every time I see him, he's the bronc stomper.
Awesome.
Yeah. So you have to sometimes do it.
And we're going to be calling Colby.
Yes.
All right, Colby Hunt. All right. You want to get him on the, since we have 3 today, you want to get him on, or you got something else?
No, let's
get him on the phone. On the phone, we got him, Colby Hunt. First of all, I guess congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you. I sure appreciate it.
Kind of got that weight off your shoulder, and we'll see you in November now for sure.
For sure. Yes, sir.
Our own, well, not my own, but WRCA's Peyton Fleming was down there, so I'm going to pass it over to Peyton to start asking you a whole bunch of questions. Not really. Not a whole bunch of questions.
I won't bug you too hard, Colby. Well, just want to say congrats right off the top here, because, you know, that's a big deal. And there at Wichita Falls, everything's kind of ran different, and it's a different rodeo for y'all. And there's a lot of events that happen. And so congrats overall to the ranch. That's awesome.
Thank you very much. And it takes a bunch of people to make that deal possible up there. There's all kinds of other stuff besides just the rodeo, that people that we have to get involved just to make it all work out.
Right. Well, after looking at everything, it looks like Zane did pretty well in the bronc riding. You guys actually ended up winning that event. How long has he actually been with y'all?
I think right about a little over a year. He helped us all last summer at our deal out in New Mexico, taking care of cattle. And then this year, whenever he was going to school in Clarendon, and this year, whenever he got out of school in May, back out there.
Awesome. Well, yeah, that's
good. He's been in New Mexico ever since.
Yay!
Oh, Lord, there it is.
Oh, no.
There it is.
Yeah, I had to bring it in. Well, as overall, how did you think you guys did performance-wise? I know there was a couple tough goes in there for y'all, but it seemed to come out all right. What do you think you guys did?
I think overall we had a great rodeo. We had luck on our side, which you got to have luck, and whenever you got the luck, you got to capitalize on it. And, we got along really good. We drew some bad cattle in a couple of those events, and kind of kept us on our heels there for a minute, but we were able to capitalize on the events that we really showed in their open events, and lucky enough to get enough points to stay on top.
Well, let me ask you this. You make sure to tell Missy and April. I want to know if Missy had a headache the next day, because, you know, they celebrate. And I wished I would have been down there to enjoy that with them, because we're pretty excited. I mean, we're excited you're coming, Colby, but, you know, the natives get restless when the bonds come to town.
You bet.
Oh, you laugh, but you know.
I'm not sure how her head was Saturday morning. I didn't talk to her very early. I know that. Sunday morning, so.
I love it.
Don't say anything to incriminate yourself.
Yeah,
though,
no.
In case he's setting a trap for you, buddy.
I'm not.
It happens.
It's just good family fun, and I'm very excited for him to come back. It's old home week for them, and Pete. It's just really neat. It's a really good deal.
It is. We sure have a good time up there. You know, that November is actually one of our busiest years.
Yes.
So it does put a little bit of stress on us as far as logistics go, because we have guys, you know, turning out cattle all over the state that time of year, but we're going to make it work.
Hey, Peyton kind of mentioned a little bit that Texas Ranch Roundup's kind of a unique activity, and so let's expand on that just a little bit. You know, traditional ranch rodeos, you're going to have, you know, about 5 events that you're going to compete in that are all arena based. But what's the unique side of Texas Ranch Roundup you have to prepare for it a little different because you're doing some other things, and so you're involving a lot of folks on the ranch. Tell us a little bit about how that works down there in Wichita.
Yes, sir. They give points for outside of the arena as well. Cooking, we take a chuck wagon up there. They give you a meal to prepare, and then they judge that meal, and you can gain points for your cooking skills as well. They also have a talent side of it, which Zane and his dad won first in the talent. They give points for that.
What they do, tap dancing?
Well, no, sir. They picked the guitar and sang a little bit.
Nice.
And they are both really, really handy at it. And then they have cowboy handiwork, jewelry division, and I know I'm missing one. I think there's another division or two.
Photography and art.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Photography and art, and you can gain points through all that as well. So just because you win the rodeo, that don't mean that you're going to end up the overall champion. There can be, someone in second or third or fourth that come in there and sweep all them other divisions and should end up on top.
So, Cody, for you listening out there, Cody's photography, he's not the photographer. It's actually the model. And so they took a bunch of black and white and still silhouette shots of him. I haven't seen you much this year, Colby, so I have to get it in there.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's all he's got to say about that.
Yeah.
He'll get me back.
Well, it's pretty cool, but like you said, because you got to involve so many different players on the ranch. Probably spouses and other employees and kids and all that. So it's really truly a full team effort.
Oh, you bet.
Rodeo. Yeah.
And it is. It's really neat and special to be able to win that one because, like you said, there's so many people involved that don't even get mentioned or, get to come up there in November. But it really is. There's a lot more than just those 6 people that are on that ranch card that make that deal happen. I mean, it is stressful just the week leading up to getting up there just because you have so many working parts.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, tell everybody there for us, please, from us 3 and the board. Tell everybody congratulations. We're super proud of them and looking forward to seeing you guys in November compete for that World Championship.
Awesome. We will be up there, and they'll dang sure know we're there.
That's awesome. Tell them we said hi.
You bet. Thank y'all very much.
Yep. Have
Thanks,
a good
Colby.
one.
Y'all too.
All right, that was rodeo number 1. There's 3 this weekend. We'll say that again.
It's a full day.
A full day of rodeo, that's for sure. A full weekend, I guess. Now, this one was a one day. This is Colorado Springs Ride for the Brand Championship.
Oh,
was this one of your? This is a one day, right? It's just on the 18th, or was this on?
It's
Okay,
a 2-day. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody website got done wrong. Keep the names out there.
Shame on you, Craig.
So
you
it was
should really
a 2-day.
pay attention more, Craig.
So it was a 2-day though.
Yes, sir.
Up in Colorado Springs, and none of y'all went up to beautiful Colorado Springs in August to see
our
this one?
president Randy Norris got the long
got to
straw
go
on
there,
that deal.
yeah.
So, yeah,
that had to be all right. Well, how was it? Did he send you a report or anything?
you bet. Yeah, we talked quite a bit, and they put on a great event. There's a lot of support up there, well attended. Great committee that works real hard all year long to kind of promote WRCA, our foundation. And they did just do a really good job. And so very proud that a Colorado team came away with the
That's
championship.
Cool too,
they kind of a local flavor there, for Colorado. So that was nice. The Jolly Ranch and SNL Cattle. And Casey, we've kind of joked. I talked to Jesse last night before, we were getting ready for this deal. And he brought up the fact they've been second. How many times was it? Is it 4 times this year they've been second?
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
3 or 4. Yeah, they were bridesmaids to a lot of weddings this summer. And I know at Cimarron they were hungry. They were really hungry. And Dustin in the team picture, he looked at me. We have our own little thing going on, and not on the side. Just this eye contact thing. And you could tell they were kicking the dirt because they had a mission. And what better place to cap that mission off than at your home state? So that one right there means a lot to these guys, and they're, now they're hungry for another world championship.
I think we have to when we get Jesse on the phone, we have to bring that back up.
We will.
Thing. Yeah,
we will.
You can't make mistakes in this
sure
studio.
will.
You make mistakes.
We got bridesmaids and on the side. I don't know what's going on. It's a family friendly. Remember that, guys.
You cannot.
Really
You can't trip up on this show.
Right.
I wear steel-toe boots. There's no tripping here. Oh, God.
Okay, moving on. Second place to ride for the brand is another Colorado ranch, JOD Ranch and Brown Mill Ranch. They're already a qualified team for the World Championship. So even though they got second, they're going to be at Amarillo in November. And then third place was Beechner Brothers Livestock. That's actually out of Kansas, St. Paul, Kansas. They were third place. But yeah, we're going to get to talk to Jesse. They punched that card finally to come to Amarillo. So we'll visit with Jesse a little bit.
All right, we'll get him on the phone here. There we go. We got him on the phone. Jesse Jolly of the Jolly Ranch on the phone. Hey, congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Lehman Wall's in here, and I think he's got all the results. But I'll ask, how was the weather up there? Because I'm just envious that you guys are in Colorado Springs.
It was perfect. It was supposed to come in and rain a whole bunch, and it just ended up raining a little bit, and it was probably 70 degrees for the whole rodeo.
Oh, so, man. You're making people... Yeah, I know here in Amarillo, I know you're making people go, oh, really?
It was not 70 degrees in Roswell, New Mexico, or Wichita Falls, Texas.
Definitely was not.
Was it, Peyton?
No. I would have traded you real quick.
Yeah, well, that's why everybody wants to move here. Pretty nice.
Oh, God. Jesse, we fight the same battle in northern New Mexico. Those Texans in Colorado, those Kansans, Oklahomans, Texans all want to live up in our country. And they just keep driving the stuff up. But okay, whatever.
She's got to make it about New Mexico every time.
You got to throw something in there.
Got to get it
It's a lonely feeling over here. It's very lonely.
Jesse, congratulations. Great job. We have a little issue we need to just go ahead and get right on the table. Casey used a term in the pre-warm-up stage, bridesmaids, I believe is what she used.
Hungry.
And hungry. You had a good year, really good year, actually. How many second-place finishes have y'all had so far this year?
I believe we finished second at 3 rodeos and third at another one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, it was right there. We had these rodeos are so tough that things really got to go your way to get a first place, and felt like we were chipping away at them all year, and Springs was our last chance to get in. So I'm glad it finally came together all the way there.
You like to wait to the last minute.
Yeah. I was telling some guys that the other day. I think this is our 6th qualification, and it's the 4th time we've qualified the last rodeo we were entered in. So I guess that's how we like to do it.
Just put the pressure on yourselves a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so. We every time we say, well, it's this or we go home, we seem to get it done. So maybe we need to work on that a little bit.
Oh no. Don't you guys keep doing whatever you do right, because that one year ended up like that and they walked away with the world championship. So, we're very proud of that, to have our name tied to you guys. So I just wanted to tell Dustin I gave him a peace sign all the way from Amarillo, Texas, when I heard about it. I threw him up some deuces.
All right, I'll sure let him know.
That's the side deal.
The side deal. Well, when we do these shows, we get to look back at the kind of the event results a little bit, Jesse. And in some cases, you have a situation where a ranch kind of was consistently 3rd, 4th, and they were able to end up and win the rodeo just because they stayed in there the whole time. This is going to be a similar situation, but it's not because you were 3rd or 4th. You guys pretty much, I'm not going to use the word dominated, Craig, too much, but it was a dominating rodeo by these guys. Yeah, you guys won 1, 2, 3 events. And we're second in the other 2 events. So first or second. Jesse, you just had to be tickled pink about that.
We were, for sure. We really were. And we, like it takes for that, we drew a good bucking horse. good cattle all the way, good sorting cattle, the whole deal, and the chips just fell our way. That's about all we can say. If you draw good, then you just got to use them, and we got a little bit lucky there. We got the breaks we needed.
It was a tough rodeo too.
It was.
It was a
very
tough rodeo. The lineup there was very impressive. So there was a lot of other guys that were hungry too, chasing that carrot.
Yeah.
But they came out. I mean, second place went to a heck of a team, JOD Ranch and Brown Mill, and then Beechners came in at third. And that team alone of 4 is just tough. They're tough.
Yeah, they don't make very many mistakes. Those guys are always in the hunt everywhere they go, for sure.
Right. So you guys knew you had to keep the powder dry, and they did it. And kaboom, they fired off that, and it worked. It worked.
Yeah, it did. Like I said, we was very pleased. We just kind of kept it rolling, and the cattle just kept kind of coming our way. So it worked out well.
Well, we're glad to have you back in November. And tell all the guys hi and congratulations for us, and we'll be seeing you guys go for another championship in November.
Yeah, can't wait to see
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, and we look forward to being down there again.
Hey, Jesse, are you guys done now until the championships get here? Since you guys have been in so many leading up to this one, are you guys going to jump in on any more? Or?
No, that was actually the last one we were entered in. So we're done. They've got a finals in Colorado for a little association just in the state we'll go to, but that's pretty much it until Amarillo.
Get some rest then. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Stay tuned up, man.
Yes, sir.
Go Broncos!
Go Broncos!
Go Broncos! Orange, baby.
I just got this upset feeling in my stomach.
When you're in New Mexico, you don't have a pro team.
Yeah, so you have to choose the closest one to you.
When you live right there on the border, we love Broncos, and we weren't about the dispensary. So let's go Broncos!
Not just the closest, but also the best.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
You don't say, let's go Lobos? Lobos! See, look, I'm getting under your skin.
The heck no.
That's hilarious.
Appreciate you, Jesse.
Congratulations,
Yes,
bud.
sir. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah,
You too.
man.
And we forgot to mention best horse. We forgot all the other awards and all that goofiness. We forgot the rest of the awards.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
See, I don't even have to go to a rodeo, and I mess things up. I'm telling you.
At the Ride for the Brand, Colorado Springs, we have actually a pretty unique situation. The top horse is Lightning Blue Jazz. This horse
What a cool
has
name.
actually won this award several times before, but ridden by Rhodey Wilson, owned by Wilson Cattle Company.
Like a stock car.
Right. But Rhodey Wilson was also the top hand.
Oh, cool.
So it evidently had a pretty good showing up there. But thanks to AQHA for sponsoring our Top Horse Award and to Wrangler for sponsoring our Top Hand Award. And I always have to tell them thanks for their support. And, of course, Titan Fuel Tanks, Craig, we've mentioned them before. They are helping us present our Sanctioned Rodeo results all year long. And so those 3 companies really help us out a bunch and appreciate their support. If you guys have a chance to support them, buy their products, please do.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Yep, it all goes back to help them. Tell them you heard about it here. That'd be cool, too. We've
got static air, and it really makes me nervous when we have this dull time. I don't know why. But hats off to the committee at Colorado Springs. They do a lot for our foundation. And, I mean, the rodeo ended Saturday, but we'd received a donation check on yesterday. And so thank you very much for believing in our mission and what we do on the foundation side to help these cowboys. And just as a whole, we're all working together for the same result. But speaking of that, there was an individual that came off a 4-3 FX bar, Clay Ashurst. This was his first rodeo back from a very turbulent injury that he had all hanging over him last year. And his wife, Lexi, sent me a video of him in the stray gathering or doctrine, one of those things, and literally had me speechless out of pride for this guy. He's worked hard. And to have him back, and that's where he showcased and was with the team again, it had to have felt good. And so there's more than just that whole winning edge of things. There is a purpose. So we're really glad to see Clay back and him doing what he loves to do. So it was really neat.
Very cool. Very cool. And we had one more. In the land of aliens, we had enchantment, the New Mexico Championship Ranch Rodeo was going on over the weekend too in Roswell. We joke, but in Roswell, the fine folks out there. How did that one go?
Went really well. The heat was not really a problem. Actually, it was a pretty nice night.
A little dry, more dry. I'm guessing.
Yeah, there was a little sprinkle in the air.
Oh, was it really?
So everybody kind of had a pep in their step. Had a good crowd. And Roswell, Roswell's actually get a lot of flack, obviously, for the alien deal. Yeah. Roswell's a nice community.
Yeah.
If you hadn't ever been through there, go check it out. It's a nice little town.
I don't blame them. I would have my city limit sign would have aliens on it. Why not? You know what I mean? Why not just own it?
You have something at your front porch.
Yeah, wow, man, just own it.
But they didn't abduct him. I got to get my $500 of solar pesos back because I paid this alien to abduct
him. He was too small. They couldn't find him.
Under
my God, who brought these two? Who brought these two in here? We're going to have to talk after this is over.
You guys know I'm the boss.
You have a mute button or something? Peyton, good Lord.
I'm just telling you.
I told you don't have to act like Casey. You don't have to.
It's okay.
Whose side are you on?
From little Jimmy Dickinson. All the way from the ground.
Oh, Lord.
So how'd that one go? I'll get us back on track here. How'd that one go?
Thank you. It actually was extremely competitive. The first and second place ranches are only separated by 1.5 points.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And like you guys listened to us before, some of these results can look really strange, and this is one of them because the second place team actually won 3 of the 5 events. Oh, wow. And still did not win the rodeo. Mm-hmm. So it's a situation of just being consistent across the board. The first place ranch is Singleton Ranches, very, very historic family-owned operation out there in New Mexico, and they just kind of stayed the course throughout the whole rodeo and came away to compete at the World Championships. Second place is Hatchet Ranch out of Arizona, and this is going to be a fun team to watch over the years because they've got 2 young boys that compete with them, Ace Peterson and his 2 boys. They're young and they are salty. And you're going to be seeing them compete for many years to come. Yeah.
Well, especially if they had first place and 3.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not.
I mean,
yeah.
And the boys just didn't sit on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
They were roping, they were mugging, they were right in the middle of every bit of it. And so Hatchet's going to be fun to watch over the next few years. And third place was Crossroads. Crossroads actually is already qualified for the World Championship, so y'all will see them in November.
Dr. Rusk.
Yeah, Dr. Rusk. But Singleton, we're going to talk to Grant Mitchell here in just a little bit, kind of get their take on how things went.
Yep, let's get we'll get Grant on the phone here now. Hey, we got him on the phone. Grant Mitchell from Singleton Ranch on the phone. Congratulations, Grant.
Thank you.
Lehman Wall, Peyton Fleming, you got the whole crew in here, and Casey Hooper, all in the studio from the WRCA, and actually Lehman made it out to this one. So
yeah, we'll be gentle, Grant. We won't.
Good.
We won't pull any punch, or at least I don't know. We might.
We'd be gentler than the rodeo because the rodeo was pretty darn tough. Ace and those guys were chewing at your heels, from what I understand.
They had a real good rodeo.
Daggone. Those kids have gotten big. Isn't it neat, Grant, when you watch them kind of grow up and you haven't seen them in a while, and then here comes Whip and Quirt and Wyatt, and you're like, good God, I just saw those kids. Like your boys. I mean, same for you guys. Geez, they're hands.
I told Ace that he probably started something bad, and my boys are going to want to do it now.
Heck yeah, it's job security. Bring it on, Grant, please.
Yeah, congratulations. Obviously, we got to throw that out there right from the start. I got to be there and shake your hands afterwards, but from the whole team here at the office, just want to tell you guys, good job on getting back to the World Championship in November, and just talk a little bit to the folks on the radio here about how the rodeo went for you guys and the consistency that it took. That's going to be the key to get that win. How'd that pan out for you?
It was a real tough rodeo. We started off good in the pinning and had a good time there, and then just stayed consistent through the rest of them. I don't think that was the only one we won, but just stayed up there in the top 3 or 4 in the rest of them.
The pinning, you're right, that was the first event, which is a little unique. Usually there's a section of bronc riding to start us off. And the team penning's done a touch different down there in Roswell. They actually have to close the gate on the pen after they get them in, which is a little different. I was worried about you guys losing a finger. I mean, those panels weren't that friendly.
Right.
Well,
It was a little medical situation there in the middle of the pen.
Well, we have lost a finger or two at Roswell. Not on singletons, but you remember a couple years back we had to go look for Joe's finger during the branding.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, stop the rodeo and go look for his finger, and you don't know. It's kind of disgusting. But because we love our brothers and sisters, that's what we do.
Go on the hunt, no matter what.
And someone asked if we got milk. Who carried what? It's 120 degrees. No one has milk. Who came up with milk? Jeez. Everybody's a doctor.
One of the things that was also kind of funny, I found it, Grant, you weren't there when Jeff and I were talking, but Jeff Bilberry there with the ranch, he was telling me we were, I don't know, right before it started, and he was laughing because he ran into these folks somewhere and they were asking him, you know, what he did for a living. And he's, a cowboy in here, at this ranch, and he didn't get into any specifics. But the lady asked him, so, how big of a place are you on? And Jeff's response was, oh, it's just a weekender, and it's kind of funny because, Grant, I just got to point out, everybody that may not know, Singleton Ranch is a very large operation, right. and Jeff just didn't want to, go there with her and just called it, I made a little weekender spot,
It's a hobby.
Yeah, just a hobby place, just a hobby ranch.
Yeah.
What kind of game plan you got here going towards November? Got about 60 plus days or so. Are y'all entered up anywhere else, or are you just back to the ranch?
We got Earth, I guess.
Oh, good.
And then we'll try to get all the calves weaned and take a little break for that, and then get everything else shipped, I guess.
Yeah, I think Greg was laughing when we were looking at the schedule after the award ceremony. He was telling the guys, he said, well, I guess now we know when we got to have everything weaned and shipped and all the stuff. He said, guys, we got till November the 7th.
Yep.
Get everything done so you can leave the house.
There you go. Yes, sir.
That's a tough family team. You look back, and speaking of watching kids grow up, Grant, you've seen Jacob and Wesley just come into their own, and they've turned out to be pretty handy. And
they're real handy.
Yeah, it's amazing how much you really learn from your surroundings as a kid growing up on a ranch, just like your son. Your sons. You actually emulate and you copy what your parents do, and it's evident that the work ethic, positive attitude, manners above all, and just that go get 'em is a great representation of what we try to strive for every day. And so those of you listening, if you do make it to championship, which I hope you do, and you see the Singleton ranches right in, or the other ranches as well, know that within there is learning tools every day, and these kids are looking up to these guys. They're heroes. And it's just really darn cool is what it is, Grant. And thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations again, Grant. If you guys need anything before November, give us a shout.
Okay. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, Grant.
Take care.
And once again, we didn't mention the top horse, so Lehman, take it away.
Yes, sir. New Mexico championship there in Roswell, the top horse. And I'm going to tell you, Mr. TJ Wood was some kind of excited to get this award. Classic Doc Diamond, little sorrel stud that he was riding. TJ works for Crossroads Ranch. They're a hometown boy from Roswell, New Mexico. Was able to take home that AQHA Top Horse Award. Excellent. So congrats to TJ. He was very excited, as he should be.
Yep. And then I guess this weekend there is
OCA.
a couple, huh?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So Peyton's going to actually be traveling to Oklahoma. Talk about OCA a bit.
Yeah, it's another good rodeo for us. Inside, we actually have Kentmore and Duchess that are set on our, Canton sets on our board. So right. It'll be good to catch up with them and, get to see some different guys from the Oklahoma area. as well that we haven't seen in a while, and just
deal.
catch up out there. So.
And then there's the Motley Dickens Old Settlers Rodeo in Roaring Spring, Texas this weekend. Also.
Don't let the old settlers fool you, because
Just the word Motley having it in the title
oh
has
my
to make it
gosh,
kinda...
it is the craziest step back into how it used to be. Washer pitchings, turtle races, open bronc riding.
Oh, cool.
We keep the police busy. There's a great.
She said "we" a lot.
Yeah.
Well, we're all one family. I've taken my bedroll a time or two to Roaring Springs. Then they have they'll do 10 teams on Friday, 10 teams on Saturday, whole new different bunch, and it is tough. It's a tough rodeo. Yeah. So Jamie Schwartz will bring the broncs. We'll tap one off there and give you the championship. There's actually 4 teams that have already qualified that are entered in that rodeo, so it's going to be good.
Yep. Yeah, and get your tickets for the World Championship in November as it kicks off the 8th. You can get them at WRCA.org.
Yes.
O-R-G.
O-R-G.
And the whole event schedule is on there, and get your tickets on there, and everything is find out more about the trade show and find out what hotels you should be getting and what the entertainment's coming, and everything's on there. So
yeah, we just started yesterday releasing, and we'll do it every Monday, all the cowboy poets and entertainers that are going to be at Championship. We're going to start highlighting them on Mondays on social media, so be kind of watching us for that a little bit. And we just posted, Peyton, I don't know if that was Friday, I can't remember, but we posted a little ticket update, not to, scare everybody, but as of Friday, there were actually 139 Saturday performance tickets left.
Yeah.
They're going fast. They're going fast. They're almost sold out. I mean, there's plenty of Friday right now, but if you're planning on coming, please don't wait. Yeah. Get out there, get those tickets, get your hotels booked. Love to see you.
WRCA.org. Thank you guys for coming in, all 3 of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm telling you.
See you next week.